Well, good afternoon, Raider Nation. My name is Brent Johnson, along with a special co-host. This is his trial night to see if he can progress for the rest of the season. But Coach Sky Keck is with us.
Yes, sir.
I want to make sure I get that last name correct. As we're broadcasting live on the NFHS Network, powered by Play on Sports, and brought to you, most importantly, by BCTV's Red Raider Broadcasting. Also have with us this evening is Mr. Spencer. He is a sophomore at Bacon County High School in taking my engineering pathway, soon to be Technology Student Association member, as he's kind of testing the waters too. He's volunteering to be here tonight to see how he likes the broadcast side of things outside of the classroom. But he's not on a trial basis like Keck is. This is this guy's job if he wants it, as Mr. Spencer will see. But I want to welcome you tonight to our first broadcast of Lady Raider softball from Lady Raider Field here behind Bacon County High School. This is our third region game. We are 2-0 in region play. I know we defeated East Lawrence and Toombs County, and so that puts us at 2-0. We are 5-2 on the regular season, and we're facing a pretty good softball team here with Vidalia as they come to town. The Lady Indians were number one most of last season, Coach Keck, and they got a stud on the mound. I was told this afternoon she's accepted a scholarship to play at Georgia Southern University, and that's an up-and-coming program in Division I softball. What's your thoughts on that?
It's impressive at the AA level. I know we sent Aniston Johnson to Southern, what is that now, 2 years ago?
Last year. Yeah, last year was her freshman season.
Yeah, so that's a big accomplishment for this region and the players within the region.
Yeah, I agree. And Aniston made a real name for herself as the season progressed. The team as a whole, I think they struggled most of the season, but she was one of the bright spots playing.
She made a couple of top plays, didn't she?
She did.
I think
she made an ESPN top play.
ESPN.
And she hit a couple home runs toward the end of the season, showing her power from the plate. I think she's going to be a bright spot there for a couple more years for Georgia Southern. So we're very proud of her. And this pitcher is, let me find her now. Starr is her last name. She'll be, again, number 7 will be on the mound for Vidalia. I'm going to quickly go down our lineup. We had a slight weather delay. Lightning alarm went off, and we had to postpone warm-ups. The umpires are continuing to get ready here as we get things going on the field. So we'll take this time to talk about our lineups real quick. Man, we got a good problem. I was just telling, matter of fact, one of the umpires, he was asking me, we're really young overall, and I definitely call that sometimes it's a problem. You have some inexperience, but it's good because you got some pretty good talent. Again, even though they're young, and you got something to work with for several more years. But we're going to start off with shortstop, number 7, Ava Connor. She is one of those freshmen. We have junior, and with plenty of experience. Seems like should be a senior or fifth-year senior, it seems like. She's played so much. Left field, number 5, Riley Andrews, just a great overall athlete. You're talking about a 3-sport athlete as she plays softball, basketball, and I think she runs track too. Soccer. Sorry, yeah, I knew it was one thing in the spring. Then the only senior that's starting for the Lady Raiders, and I think she's the only senior on the team, second baseman, number 6, Katie Johnson, brings a lot of experience. Then we got sophomore DP, number 15, Button Holton, and then junior center fielder, number 12, Santana Green, brings a lot of athleticism to this team. Sophomore first baseman, number 3, Haley Hand. And a freshman pitcher today, one of those freshmen, number 20, Chloe Pless. And then sophomore right fielder, number 2, Anna Kate Hollingsworth, who got a lot of experience last year as a freshman, playing good bit of innings. And then freshman third baseman, number 1, Alexis Kirkland. And then wrapping things up in that flex spot, freshman number 19, Jess Cartledge. I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about these young ladies. We're going to see what's up tonight for sure. Matter of fact, looking down this lineup, I don't teach any of these young ladies. So a lot of times I get to know these athletes through my classroom. But again, this is a long season. They've played 7 games, and they've got about 12 or 15 more games to play in the regular season as we'll play all of our region opponents twice. And I'm talking all the time here. You can jump in anytime, Sky. I'm used to being by myself, so
Yeah, I'm just letting you carry the team right now. I'll just hop in whenever I got some valuable information.
But yeah, that's where we stand. Vidalia, I mentioned a moment ago, they're 5-1, and they're 0-1 in region play. Last week they were, I would say, upset. Everybody said by Jeff Davis. I mentioned they do have a stud on the mound. I don't think they're a very powerful offensive team, so they don't score a bunch of runs. So if you can get a couple runs off of this pitcher, you can beat them, and that's what Jeff Davis showed last week.
Well, with good pitching, you can be in any ball.
Okay, quick fix there. It's one of them obvious things when the battery goes dead on the camera because you didn't plug it in to a power source. Just simple troubleshooting.
Yeah, that's
kind of
always
stuff.
a big deal. You know, that's kind of the first thing you learn when you're 4 years old.
Here we go. Color commentation. That's what I like. That's why he's up here. That's why we pay him the small bucks.
The medium bucks.
Yeah. Again, I want to welcome you if you're just joining us on the NFHS Network, powered by Play on Sports, brought to you by BCTV Red Raider Broadcasting. My name is Brent Johnson. I'm the instructor at the Engineering and Technology Department at Bacon County High School. I call it a department. Yeah. It's just one classroom, one teacher.
One-man band.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it makes you sound like you're important.
And we got middle school baseball coach, assistant baseball coach to the middle school.
Yeah.
And you're talking about small time. But he teaches, social studies. This is impressive, folks.
World
history, and forensic science.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So that's pretty cool. And I lost my train of thought when she started her announcements there.
Yeah, when you were listing off my accomplishments, I know it's a rather lengthy list.
Along with me and Coach Sky Keck, we'll call him Sky or Keck or something. Kick.
Coach K, whatever you
Coach
want
K.
to say.
That's probably what we'll do, Coach K. And Landon Spencer, I mentioned him earlier, a young man that's going to be producing the show tonight for the first time, a sophomore at Bacon County High School. Just a great young man. So thank you for joining us. The first game that we broadcast of the Lady Raiders, they are currently 5-2, 2-0 in region play, facing the Vidalia Lady Indians. 5-1, 0-1 in region play. I mentioned just a moment ago they were defeated by Jeff Davis last week. They have a stud pitcher on the mound. Her last name is Starr. We're excited to kind of to see her. She is a scholarship winner, I would say. She was offered to pitch for, I'm assuming she's going to pitch. Sometimes these pitchers are great athletes and they play other positions, but most likely that's the case for Georgia Southern University. And as Coach K mentioned a moment ago, we already have one of our Red Raiders' finest there. She played last year as a freshman, played nearly every game, Aniston A.J. Johnson. All right, as you saw there, the coaches met at the mound or at the home plate, fixing to get this party started. As we are starting a little bit late due to a lightning delay, I think the weather is going to be out of here, so we don't have to worry about it much anymore. So hopefully we'll won't have any more delays and we'll get this thing going. I want to thank our title sponsors for the 2021-22 athletic school year. I say that because these guys are sponsoring everything we do from this point until we stop at the end of the year, from softball to basketball, football, baseball, anything that we broadcast. You're going to hear their names being said. And that is Burt CPA. That's Mr. Larry Taylor in our local office here in Alma, Georgia, Burt CPAs. Coley Electrics and Plumbing Supply, Miss Lisa Coley. I want to thank her for jumping back on board with us this year. Andy Cothran Auto Sales. That's Andy Cothran right there in the name of his business. I bought probably the last four out of five vehicles from him, and I just enjoy. It's real easy to work with. Tell him what you want, he pretty much finds it, and you know what you're getting for what you're paying for. So go by and see Andy for a used or new vehicle. And then finally, and last but surely not least, is Family Vision Care. Dr. Hutto and McQuaig, and now Dr. I won't forget her last name. I was going to say Miles because that's what she was before she married. JR is going to kick my butt. I can't remember her married name now, but Sarah Kate is her first name, so I want to get that right. I just want to I'll find that out because it has slipped my mind, her new last name, but she was a Miles. Mr. JR and Linda, pride and joy. She went off to school and got her optometry degree, and she's back serving in Alma and Bacon County. All right, so we're going to take a quick break. They're going to have the national anthem, and then we're going to be back for Lady Raider softball. All right, we're back and about to see some live action here in the top of the first inning. And once again, your Lady Raiders are hosting the Vidalia Lady Indians. Big region matchup. Again, Vidalia had a really good season. I believe they went 10-0 in region play last year. Made a deep run in the playoffs. Were eliminated in Columbus. So they didn't reach the championship game, but they had a really great season.
Big games like this are always a good measuring stick for your team, especially when you come into the season with a young team like we have and we match up with a team that figures to be at the top of the region standings throughout the season. So, and especially starting off region play, I mean, this is only, our third region game?
Yep.
Third region game, and facing off against a team like this, it can kind of tell you the direction of your season and see what you got.
Well said. Humphrey to the plate, followed by Tuffman. Strike one is the call.
Good pitch right there. Looked like we caught the corner on that one.
Again, went through the lineup earlier. That's Pless on the mound for the Raiders. Ball outside there is chased quickly. 0-2 count. Again, this is Humphrey on at the plate. Tuffman in the deck and Holland in the hole. Ava Connor at shortstop. Andrews in left field. Johnson in second base. Holton is a designated player. Green in center field. Hand at first base. And there's a ball hit third. Just an easy out there by the infield. Santana Green is playing center field. First base is Haley Hand. And on the mound I mentioned Pless. And right field is Anna Kate Hollingsworth. Third base, Alexis Kirkland. And that flex position is Cartledge for the Lady Raiders. Again, Toffland at the plate.
It's always impressive how in softball you can ride one pitcher, it seems, game after game.
Well, that's a more natural motion for the human anatomy. That's when that over the shoulder throw. I would, that may be a more technical term than that. You can share with me, but when you're playing baseball, it's just more strain on that shoulder versus that underhand throw. And these girls, they can throw, until.
And then for us, we've got a freshman on the mound, and I believe every game I've been to, she's been on the mound. So for her to be on the mound at this capacity already, it just speaks to her ability and what she'll be capable of in the years going forward.
That's a good-looking pitch there. It must have been just a little low in the zone. Disappointed that's not called a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out here on top of the first. I'm not sure if the rain shower, which was before the lightning alarm went off, just a short shower. I'm not sure if it cooled things off or made it a little more humid. Kind of hard to tell up here in the booth where it's got a little air condition.
Well, it's South Georgia. You can expect it to be humid.
That ball hit her, or was that ball 4? Okay, I thought so. Runner on here. What you typically don't want to do is give them a freebie here. Now we're into the third spot, and this is Holland. She steps in. Starr, their pitcher, is on deck waiting with Carey in the hole. Another ball low in the zone. Not a bad throw. Good placement. Not accurate. It was an accurate throw. Not a big, strong arm there, but again, accuracy sometimes makes up for that.
Pop time. Catch and release.
Pretty good athlete there running the bases. It appears to be. It'd be a tough out to get anyway. And then she slaps this one foul down that right side. Again, the Lady Raiders have faced 2 region opponents. East Lawrence, they handled relatively easy. Got off to a big lead in that game. Struggled in 1 or 2 innings and let them kind of come back and make it close for a little bit, and then they stretched it out again. And then defeated Toombs County this week on Tuesday as well. I mentioned Vidalia is 0-1, a little surprising maybe a surprising loss or not to Jeff Davis. Oh, that was a hit batsman. I'll have to shake that one off. As anytime you get hit in the helmet, it's always a jar. I know the ball is not coming quite as fast as, say, a baseball, but doesn't matter. It's a pretty good little jar there. Looks like she's going to be okay, but she will take her base. It's going to be runners at first and second. Something that I'm so proud to see. This is, I think she just finished her first year as Bacon County has jumped out there and got her own trainer, and she's coming to check on the young lady to make sure. We've been in need of that for quite some time.
Still checking out the hit batsman. It's always a scary scene, no matter what sport it is. Anytime somebody takes a shot in the head, the helmet can only offer so much protection. Anytime you get drilled, probably at a pitch going 60 miles an hour from that distance.
Yeah, and I mentioned earlier. Baseball's coming a little faster, but you're taking about 10 or 12 feet from closer to the plate than you would be, which again makes the ball come faster, get there faster to the batter. And it was a square hit right on the side of the helmet, not really a deflection.
Yeah, and either way, baseball or softball, it never feels good to take one to the head.
So it looks like after her getting checked out there, we're going to see. I think we're going to have a sub, at least a base runner for her for the time being, and then we'll see about if that young lady. And again, that was Holland. We'll see if she comes back in the game to play. But we just hope that young lady is okay. And we'll go from here. Sometimes, how does that affect the pitcher?
You kind of start to get in your head a little bit at times. You want to try to be perfect at times and almost too perfect, and that can be a problem at times. And you start missing your spots and your location. You don't want one mistake to lead to another in this situation.
Well, what about, and I see it from that side, but what about just the fact of, you just hit a kid in the head, and what does that do to your psyche, as far as, does it make you a little less aggressive trying to throw inside?
It can definitely take you away from that side of the plate, and you want to always protect the other team and other players no matter which jersey you're wearing. And then once you see someone go down like that, it can wear on you at times, and you can try to be too perfect yourself. And that can lead to another miss, and hopefully not.
Well, here we go. We're going to get back started. This should be Starr coming to the plate here, number 7, the pitcher for Vidalia. Good-looking athlete. I'm assuming she is a senior. And that's going to be Carey on deck. Runners at first and second. 1 out. So a little bit of trouble here for the Red Raiders. Need a strikeout pop-up. Make things simpler here. But I'm guessing we won't see a strikeout with Starr being in that cleanup position. Most likely she will put the bat on the ball.
Just need one big pitch to get you out of the inning.
You don't see a ton of double plays in softball due to much closer the bases are. But it can be a pitcher's best friend, just like in baseball. If the ball's hit sharply enough, you can get it done.
In this situation, you just got to go one pitch at a time, battle back from 3-0 count, and go and attack the batter. Good pitch. Maybe that's one of them. That's one of them 3-0 count
pitches there. The ball's just off the plate. Trying to get a feel for what this umpire is going to call behind the plate. I know these two guys. That ball is going to be hit to the opposite field. It's down. One run is going to score. The ball is brought back to the middle of the diamond. So we have runners at the corner.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where you don't want an avalanche to hit you. You make one mistake and let it lead to another. You want to stop the bleeding when you can.
Don't want it to snowball early because, again, it is early, top of the first as we begin. Just a little late if you're just joining us. It's Carey to the plate, followed by Collins and Bennett for the Lady Indians. Good pitch on that outside corner, and it is called strike. Oh, was it? I thought I saw his hand come up. Might have to wait on his count. I thought I saw his hand come up, his right hand for a strike, but maybe I was wrong.
Not entirely sure, but it might have been a ball right there.
Top of the first, we're going to see what he gives us here. No balls, one strike. He did call it a strike. That lower right-hand corner of the ball should be at least one out. Oh, no. That's going to be an error by the second baseman. It's going to allow another run to score, and more importantly, it's not an out that we should have gotten. That runner is going to advance to second. And now it is quickly 3-0.
Again, in this situation, you're just looking for one big pitch to get one out and then do it all over again. You just got to play it one batter at a time.
Brings Collins to the plate. Bennett and Vinson. Another good pitch on that outside corner. But it's a ball. Must have been a little high. Again, runner at second. Only one out. 3 in. He likes that outside corner, so that's where I'm going to stay if I'm pitching. That ball is coming in between the plate and that white line of the batter's box. That ball is lifted to right field. Anna Kate Hollingsworth makes the catch. Big arm by the young lady. Nice throw, getting it in quickly.
One more pitch and you're out of the inning, and then you get to swing it.
And you said earlier you just need one good pitch to get you out of a jam, out of an inning. This brings Bennett to the plate, followed by Vincent. Late swing there will bring strike one. 1-1 on the board with 2 outs.
Just like that, you're one pitch from getting out of the inning and getting your opportunity. And with it being so early in the game, there are plenty of opportunities to come back. A 3-run lead is certainly not insurmountable.
Good pitch, just a little too far outside. Couldn't get her to bite on it.
Must have just been a tad
just
high
a little
high
in the zone. Must have been. Good eye by this young lady. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Got to give her something to swing at here. There it is. That'll be the first strikeout of the game. That's going to end the inning. Although Lady Indians tack on 3. Our Lady Raiders come up here in the bottom of the first. We're going to take a quick break and be back in just a moment. All right, Raider Nation, we're back. Bottom of the first inning. Lady Raiders trail 3-0. Big region matchup. But Ava Connor, shortstop's going to lead off. Freshman for the Lady Raiders. Star on the mound. I mentioned her. She has accepted a scholarship to go play some softball at Georgia Southern University. And it's a good sign there. You put the bat on the ball, but we hit it right to the shortstop, so good defensive play there by the Indians. Sort of a routine play. All that air out there. It's kind of like playing golf, you know, when you got a few trees in the way. There's so much more air than there are a tree, but somehow, you always find that limb or trunk or something, you know.
Or you find every single tree on the course, no matter where you're standing, or the pond and lake and everything in between.
Took something off that pitch. So she's obviously not a pitcher that relies solely on her fastball. But this is Riley Andrews with plenty of pop in her bat. Several home runs last season as a sophomore. Good cut there.
I think games like this are the ones you look forward to as a player. You get to play against the top competition. As a competitor, you want best on best and see how you match up against them.
Well, this is definitely one of our best at the plate, and I think this is their best on the mound, so we'll see what happens. Personally, like to see one of the tailgaters out there get a souvenir.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that, or a few.
Good crowd in the outfield. Matter of fact, I swing around. There's maybe a few more in the outfield than there are up behind home plate here. Change up. It's going to be a base hit to left field. And Riley takes advantage of a ball she can manage.
Good example of not trying to do too much right there, just taking the ball where it's pitched and serving it up.
It's going to bring Katie Johnson to the plate. Good cut by number 6 there. Similar cut that Riley just had before she got that base hit. So maybe it'll replicate itself.
Yeah, hopefully history can repeat itself right here.
Runner at first with 1 out. Don't have to get all 3 runs back. Maybe we can peck away here and get maybe 1 somehow. And there's a base. Oh, wow. Just off the end of the bat. I thought she got a little bit more of it than that. But it's going to be 2 outs now. A little pop out by Johnson. That's going to bring Button Holton to the plate. She's a sophomore. In the cleanup spot. 2 outs, 1 on here for the Raiders. Inside strike again. She's got a little bit of heat on there. She's not. I'm taking anything away from her, but I guess it's not what maybe I was expecting.
Right.
I thought she would throw it a little bit harder, but that's coming in there pretty good. But I was comparing her. Maybe off air, maybe I said it on there, I don't know, to the young lady. One of the faster pitchers I've seen live when we went to Banks County almost 2 years ago for the second round of the playoffs, I believe it was, second or third. And the gal there could really bring it. Just a bit outside. You should have. I thought you'd steal that from me. That's a Bob Euchre classic right there. Just a bit outside.
You're a little older than I am, so.
Come on now. You know you've seen Major League.
I'll leave the dad jokes to you.
Okay. Again, Button Holton at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second as she advanced on the pass. I wouldn't say pass ball. That was a what?
Wild pitch.
There we go. Ball's inside. Luckily, she foul tipped it. Keeps herself alive.
And you can't get them all back on one swing. Just need good, solid at bats and chip away.
Could get 2 back though.
Like I said, can't get them all back.
Change up, chop down that left side there.
Coach Gay's going to make that play.
Was it a diving stop or anything like that, or just a?
No, just your routine ground ball.
Okay, couldn't see around the corner there, the window. See, I'm not sure why. Well, I do know why, because the building, they couldn't make the windows any wider here.
We're going to take third on another wild pitch.
And you got to take advantage when you have a pitcher that's very capable of shutting you down. She's maybe not quite as sharp as she would want to be at this point early in the game. It's a couple balls that's not where the catcher's been expecting them. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Just got to grind away, make it tough on her.
Ball outside, full count. Again, Button at the plate, Santana Green on deck, Haley Hand in the hole. High in the zone is going to be strike 3, just like we ended their inning with a strike, except we weren't able to capitalize on the base runner, so we left 1 stranded as we head to the top of the second, and we'll be back in just a moment. We were back, Raider Nation, here at the top of the second inning. Lady Raiders trail 3-0. And it's Vinson at the plate, I believe. If I didn't catch her number, I want to make sure. Chloe Pless on the mound for the Raiders, a freshman. Good pitch on that outside corner. Again, that's where the umpire has the sweet spot off the plate there, just off the plate, that he will call.
If you're a pitcher, you love to get that call, and if you're a batter, you can't stand it.
Well, there's usually every umpire has a spot, whether it's inside, outside, low, high, somewhere that he generally likes to give or see. I've always said I don't care if an umpire is good or bad. I just want him to be consistent.
Yeah, that's all you can ask for.
That's the most important thing. That was just a tad outside there. But there was an umpire last year that he would call that a strike, I promise. There was a baseball umpire like that too.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of those.
And that's just when you run into that, it's just not fair to the players, and it's just not good for the game. You don't you got to have a reasonable area for the ball to come through to call a strike, to give a hitter an opportunity for both teams. There's a ground out for Pinson. This is going to bring left fielder Robinson to the plate. Then we're back to the top of the lineup with Humphrey. Need a 3-up, 3-down here. That's what the doctor ordered. And we could get it.
We're going to get two of those.
Two of them. Nice play there by the third baseman. And that's Alexis
Kirkland.
Yeah, thank you. Freshman.
Yeah, what is this? 5 of our starting 9 are freshmen?
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the 9. 4 freshmen. 1, 2, 3 sophomores, a junior, and a senior.
Well, there's nothing like game experience to get them ready for the long haul and their career down the road. You've got 4 of the starting 9 are freshmen. I believe all 4 of your reserves are freshmen.
Ball's popped up. I think it's going to get out of play. This is Mabin. I'm pronouncing that correctly. And again, we're back to the top of the lineup if she's able to reach. Two balls, one strike, 2 outs. Inside, a little low in the zone. Again, don't want to give them anything, especially going back to the top of the lineup. Those girls are there for a reason because they make contact. And this is contact to right field. Should be a can of corn for Hollingsworth, and she makes the play. And it's going to be that 3-up, 3-down we were asking for, and allow for the Lady Raiders to come back here in the bottom of the second. Hopefully can, again, just peck away at this lead, and hopefully.
No better way to bounce back than a 3-up, 3-down inning.
There you go. We're going to take another quick break here on the NFHS Network. Okay, Raider Nation, once again, we're back bottom of the second inning. Trailing 3-0. 3 up, 3 down is what we needed last inning. We got it. And let's see if Santana can lead off this inning with as a base runner. I don't care how she gets on. Hit, walk. And she squares the bunt and drops a beauty if it had not rolled foul. And again, Santana Green. Haley Hand on deck. Chloe Pless in the hole waiting.
That's another difference in softball and baseball. You drop a bunt down like that and these short base paths, it's hard for the defense to make a play.
Swinging away there. Just a little late. Again, not the quite the heat I was anticipating, but she definitely she throws it pretty well. But she also throws that change up.
Well, when you have a good changeup, your fastball looks a lot faster.
I could have been real sarcastic right there, but I held back on you, Coach K.
Oh, yeah.
Ball popped out of play. Quick announcement. If you haven't heard through social media, that's probably about the only place you could see it. The foul ball. Of course, tomorrow night, your Red Raider football team will be traveling to Ludowici, Georgia, to face the Long County Blue Wave.
Blue Tide.
Blue Wave, Blue Tide?
Blue Tide.
Thank you. Blue Tide, big wave. In the second game of the regular season, Santana goes down on strikes. That's 2 in a row, spanning 2 innings by Star. Next week's matchup against Berrien County, where we would travel there as well, has been canceled. From my understanding, Berrien County school system is shutting it down for about 2 weeks. Only assuming they're having some COVID issues, as that was not in printed text. Ball is hit sharply. Wow, what a great play for the second baseman to kind of keep her eye on that ball as the ball was slightly deflected. It was hit really hard and just just nipped the pitcher's glove. But, good luck for them, bad luck for us. A lot of times you see the pitcher try to make a play like that and the ball just kind of dribbles or it offsets it to a point where the fielder can't get it. But
good pitchers usually have a good defense behind them, and that's the case in point right there.
And this is pressed to the plate.
That was a really good pitch right there.
That was another good pitch. All speed. Good cut there by 20.
Like you said, the velocity may not be blazing at this point, but the off speed is definitely not bad.
Outside corner for strike 3. He's been consistent, can't complain. That's going to end the inning. 2 strikeouts for Star. 3 up, 3 down for the Lady Raiders as we head to the top of the third inning. And we were going to take another break and be back in just a moment. Top of the third. It's going to be the leadoff hitter, Humphrey, to the plate. She grounded out her first at bat. Definitely the best pitching was that bottom of the second. We've only seen her 2 innings, but looked like she was the pitcher star. That was hyped up a little bit, has kind of settled in a little bit more than she was in the first inning, even though she hadn't given up any runs.
And once she settles in, you just want to do anything you can to frustrate her. Work deep counts.
Good play there. If it might have been just out of the screen there. Riley made a good play in left field to get that first out. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's what you like to see. But I was just going to comment on that pitcher. A pitcher of her caliber, obviously, she's pretty good getting a scholarship to play anywhere, much less to a Division I school. 3 runs might be enough. And that's in their minds. You coaches going into a game, and if you're doing your planning and your scouting, you're saying, well, this should be another can of corn here for the Raiders. Another 1 pitch, 1 out, 2 outs now for the Raiders. Is you got a kind of magic number in your mind. Well, if we can hold them to this many runs, then we think we can maybe score this amount of runs. So.
Oh yeah, nobody knows your team better than you do. So you always sort of have that target goal in mind, where if we can reach this number and hold them to this number or less, we got a good shot at winning. But if we're talking about pitchers, our freshman on the mound right now is 5 up, 5 down since the first inning, so she's bounced back in an impressive way.
Good pitch, just a little high in the zone. Looked like she's trying to put a little extra on that.
Good velocity, though, for a freshman.
Mm-hmm. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Another ball outside, and I believe this is. I was 1 off. This is Starr, the pitcher. I believe it was Tuffman that led off, obviously. Oh, base hit in the left side. Just a C&I single there. Squirts past the shortstop. And she's 2 for 2, helping herself as she is on the mound. And this brings Carey, who reached on an error. 2 runs scored during that transaction. Yeah, good, decent crowd here for new people to trickle on in closer to 6 o'clock. People gets off work, and that should end the inning, and it will. 4 up, 3 down for the Raiders. 1 left stranded for the Indians. It's still 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. Let's see if our Raiders can, again, scratch away here and see what happens. We'll be back again in just a moment. Bottom of the third. Hollingsworth. Usually recognize her, that long blonde hair. Number 2 playing right field. Made a couple plays tonight on defense. One ball, one strike. Starr, again, I mentioned her settling in. She has struck out 3 of the last 4 batters.
At this rate, you just want to do anything to throw her off her rhythm.
Ball just outside. Couldn't quite frame it. Ball off the hosel there, the handle. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, just trying to put it in play, put some pressure on the defense. And that's going to be strike 3. That's number 4. Lady Raiders trying to get through the lineup here. It brings our third baseman, Kirkland, to the plate. She slaps it foul to the right. And Kirkland is another one of those freshmen.
Our brother Chase is actually off representing Bacon County at East Georgia playing baseball.
Inside corner. Went to school with her dad, Wayne. Thumper was his nickname. He may want to kick my butt for if he happens to hear me. You know, I'm not sure if he still answers to that or not. He was really, really fast. Thumper from Rabbit. He was really fast. Tremendous athlete. He was kind of a little bit shorter, but he was stocky and he was fast. Chase actually ended up being a little bigger, a little taller than him while he was in school, at least. Ball is put in play. Oh, and then when you put it in play, again, you put pressure on the defense. Errant throw there.
All it takes is something like that to spark a run.
And there's Riley with an opportunity to swing a big bat here and maybe, again, get us back in this ball game with one swing with a runner at first. She has a base hit to her credit, the only hit on the board for the Raiders. And she takes off. Great jump there by Eva Connor. Again, Andrews, a junior. Ball in the zone. I tell them, they look pretty good when they're straight like that. We can't tell in the booth until it hits the catcher's mitt really whether it's high or low or in the zone.
Yeah, our depth perception is a little off up here in the box.
Another ball just outside. You can tell she is working around that plate. They scouted. They know what Riley's capable of. She's capable of putting 2-spot on the board real quick here. 3 balls, no strikes. With 2 outs, it would not surprise me to see them put her on. And that's what's going to happen. Whether it was deliberate or not, that's what happened. And we see number 6, Johnson, coming to the plate. Popped up her first at bat, and she showed last year that she's got some pop in her bat too. So now we have an opportunity for one swing to get them all back.
Get them all back.
Get them all back.
Big spot right here for the senior.
And that was a pitch to rock and roll with, and she just missed it. That ball was probably, it may have been a little low in the zone. But I like to see that aggressive swing. Got to think she's coming back with something outside, maybe even off speed here. I'm not as good at calling. I was inside off speed. I'm not quite as good at calling the pitches in softball as I am with baseball.
As a hitter, you just want to make her throw strikes. Don't help her out.
I'd just like to see a good base hit here. And that ball's going to get out of play, thankfully. And she popped it up just a little bit off speed. Again, base hit potentially scores the 1. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Bottom of the 3rd. Ball outside. Evens it up. 2s across the board. High and tight. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So runners will be moving here. Unlike baseball, if you're unfamiliar with the rules, the girls are not supposed to advance off the bag until the ball leaves the pitcher's hand. Something to that effect. And this ball is hit to left field for a base hit. Runner's going to score. What a great at bat.
It's going to score 1 for us.
And runners, because of that throw, that choice of a throw, if she'd have hit the cutoff, the runners probably wouldn't have advanced. So not going to go as an error, but that was a mistake there. With 2 outs, we have runners at second and third. That's a huge at bat for the junior there. Again, working that count as Sky did. You don't give them anything, make them work. And she took advantage with the base hit and scoring 1 there. And that can work against the psyche of a good pitcher when you know you're throwing some good pitches and pitching pretty well, and then something like that happens.
Oh, it definitely weighs in your mind. You start to get frustrated, and mistakes start to come slowly after that. And as the team on offense, that's all you want. You see a mistake and take advantage of it.
And that's what we were able to do. 3-1. Again, just scratch them out. Still runners at second and third. Another base hit scores at least 1. Button Holton to the plate in that cleanup position. High and outside.
This rate, it feels almost as if the pitcher's throwing more balls than strikes right now.
Yeah.
So in this scenario, you want to make sure you're not helping her out when she's going through a rough stretch.
Tough play there. Everybody's going to be safe. That's an infield. Oh, he sends her. What an aggressive play, and she's going to be out. Wow. I didn't see. Evidently, he's patting her on the head. Evidently, he did send her. Real aggressive play there by Coach. Do get one run in, and I'm okay with that as a fan this early in the game. Taking a chance like that against a really quality team. 3-2 as we head to the top of the fourth. We're going to take a quick break. Honor our sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment. .21 to the plate here in the top of the fourth inning. Lady Indians, 3-2. So if you stepped away very long, we got a new ball game here halfway through the game. This is Collins. She flew out her first at bat. Got Collins, Bennett, and Vinson. Had a fly out, a strikeout, and a ground out. Those three ladies. And again, I said earlier, and really and truly, of course they did have an error that led. The score probably should be 1-1. Ultimately, because again they had an error. We had a major error to give up 2 runs. So there in the first inning, a different ball game. We cleaned it up a little bit, but definitely a team that we can compete with. And this could be if we can come out and win this game, would be a huge victory.
It gives you a lot of confidence going forward when you face one of the favorites in the region. You come out and prove that you can hang with them.
Ball is slapped to right field. Hollingsworth makes a great play by the young lady. Wow, as the ball just kept tailing and tailing. I was like, oh, no, she's not going to get there. It's going to keep tailing. But she got there and made that one-handed catch up high. Brings Bennett, who struck out her last at bat, followed by Vinson. Well, Coach K, we got one more weekend until I can't remember what's going on next Saturday about 7:30.
I don't know.
Charlotte.
I know college football is starting soon, right? I know it can't be the Dogs kicking off next weekend already, can it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. And they're playing a team that's decent, you'd say?
Yeah, probably. You know, they've had a little bit of success the last 8 to 10 years.
Yeah, just a little bit, Nothing crazy like a couple of national championships or anything. But
Yeah. Number 1 draft pick last year.
Yeah.
In the NFL, those kinds of things. But yeah, we're excited. I can't wait for some college football. Last year on my ball outside, 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. On my memories on my Facebook, I saw where it showed I was actually grilling for the Florida-Miami game. That was one of the first games of the regular football season. That's how bad I was ready to watch some college football. But yeah, I think next Thursday we're going to see them tee it up. Some teams, somebody, and then the Dogs open it up next Saturday, prime time.
I've heard kids say before that one of the things they know when school's starting back, that means college football is not too far behind it.
Well, I tell people
we might get a double play right here.
Just behind. I tell you what, that was good. That was a good fundamental play there, as a good transfer. Great kick there at the second base. Again, it was a good turn, just wasn't quite quick enough. I tell people, you ready for school to start back? This is in July, early July, mid-July. Well, it's kind of a double edge. I'm ready for college football, but we got to start school to get to college football or get to football in general. Friday Night Lights. This ball is hammered.
There we go. That's a good
caught
play
by the shortstop out of the inning. Leaves a runner stranded. Lady Raiders on a roll here. Let's see if we can't scratch out a few more runs here and put a lot of pressure on this pitcher and this defense. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick break. Again, I'll be back in just a moment. All right, Santana's going to lead off the inning, kind of like she did the last inning. 2 innings ago, I'm sorry. 2 innings ago. We didn't bat around last inning.
Well, I know we can get the same results we did this inning as we did last inning. I certainly wouldn't complain about that.
No, I wouldn't. Santana struck out her first at bat, so she's looking forward for a little redemption here. And we are in the bottom of the 4th. Is that right?
Yeah, the home team does bat in the bottom of the inning.
Well, I'm just making sure we wasn't supposed to change that 4 to a 5. Santana, Hand, and Pless. Ball just high in the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. And another bunt. That's a beauty. Yep. I think she's going to beat it.
Yep.
Wow. What a great play there by Santana, showing her athleticism. And if you recall, when I was calling the lineups early before we even started the game, I said, yep, she gives us an athletic body on the field, playing center field, and obviously on the base path. No outs. Runner at first. Haley Hand to the plate. Ball high and away. That's going to be easy peasy.
Get Santana to second right there.
Oh, I think she may can steal third. Yeah. But I could easily see a bunt down the first base line and definitely getting her over to third. Yeah, we'll see her square one more time here, real early.
A bunt may not be a fancy play, but small plays like that can make a big difference in the game.
Oh, slaps it to right. That's fine because, you never know, just 4 or 5 feet to the right or left. That's a base hit and a run scored.
Good job by the batter there, doing a job and getting the runner over.
Yeah, hitting it to the right side, slapping it over there. Perfect advancement of the runner. A little sacrifice there for Hank. It brings Pless to the plate. Starting pitcher of record for the Raiders. She's going to try to help herself here. Getting this run home with 1 out. About a squeeze here, Coach.
Whatever works.
Most exciting play in baseball, maybe softball too. Everybody's in. If she could just hit a little blooper. And that's it.
There it is.
There's the run. And she's safe at first. Is she okay? And she is. Ties it up. Infield base hit. Man, you got to love small ball.
There's no defense for a perfect play.
No. And that sounds like a Yogi Berra-ism. Man, I'm going to put that on the tag of my emails. Say it again.
No defense for a perfect play.
There we go. You heard it right here, folks.
I might need to trademark that.
That's a quote right there. I'm going to put it, I'm going to put it on my tags.
Get you a shirt made with that.
Yeah. This brings Anna Kate Hollingsworth. Struck out her last at bat. Again, a chance for a little redemption. I got to think we running here. And there we go. And it's a hit and run. And this ball, I think, is going to get down. And she makes a great defensive play. Yeah, just a really good play. I think she ran out of the camera there.
We've seen a couple really good defensive plays so far in this game.
I think that was a stolen base without swinging the bat right there. That was a pop out there by Hollingsworth. Brings Kirkland to the plate. She struck out her last at bat. 2 outs now. 3-3 is the score. Another ball slapped to the right. You just see a little more confidence in these girls coming to the plate. I think they believe now that they can get this thing done. Speaking of scholarships, I saw on social media a Stone kid from Jeff Davis, the lefty, big lefty. He's verbally committed to the Dogs. I think he may be a senior this upcoming year. I think that's right. From Jeff Davis.
In baseball?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I didn't clarify.
It wouldn't surprise me. They're returning.
Duke Stone? He had a cool name, I remember. I think it was Duke Stone, a left-handed kid that's going to be playing for the Dogs maybe a year from now. Ball high in the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here.
Well, you know, Vidalia has the Spivey kid that's a verbal to Notre Dame on
Yeah.
the baseball team.
Ball outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Alexis Kirkland, the freshman third baseman. She hits it right back up the middle. It's going to be trouble. Can she get there? And she does.
Yep.
Everybody's safe. An infield hit. And you talk about some things that will drive a defense crazy is little plays like that you can do nothing about.
The defense. How about the coaches?
Oh, yeah. He's thinking, oh, are you kidding me? Here he comes. Speak of the devil.
Yep.
He's just, man, are you kidding me? Can we just get an out here somehow? These little C&I singles and certain things, but, it's for one person's bad luck, somebody's appears like you got some good luck.
Well, football is not the only game of inches.
Yeah, almost any sport.
Exactly.
We was talking about the Dogs earlier. They're going to open things up. They've had a few injuries. Already had some major injuries last year and in the spring and dealing with those types of things. But we've had a couple more guys go down, some affecting the tight end position.
Right.
But I'm not real concerned. I think our stable of backs, our front seven on our defense, and I think we got a quarterback that can get it done. I've said over the summer that if we don't do something crazy this year, it's not because of the players on the field.
People love to coin the phrase, next man up, but I believe when you've recruited at the level that the University of Georgia has, I think you're in a good spot no matter where you are on the 2 deep.
Yeah.
So they might go into the first week missing 4 starters, but for the most part, the guys behind them, they can go in and get the job done just as well, if not better in some cases.
Sky, have we knocked the number 1 pitcher off the mound?
It does appear that way.
Let's see if we can get a number on this young lady when she turns around, or if she does.
15.
And that's going to be I'm sorry, look at the different roster here, and I do not have her name. She's coming off the bench. She is not in the starting lineup, and the roster I got did not have the, or at least I didn't write down the subs, so it's probably on Mariah's phone. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break and be back in just a moment after this young lady warms up and gets ready to go. All right, new pitcher, number 15. Mariah, do you have her on that lineup on your picture on your phone from the subs? I didn't write those down. 15? Harris is the new pitcher. 3-3, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning. Runner at first and second. And Ava Connor, we're back to the top of the lineup, I believe. Big cut there by number 7. Pops it up. Should be the 3rd out, and it is. And that's going to end the inning, end the threat. Raiders strand 2, but we score 2 and tie this thing up 3-3.
Got a brand new ball game.
Brand new game as we head to the top of the 5th. Be back in just a moment. All right. 3-3, new ball game with 3 innings to play. Top of the 5th. Inside for strike. Good pitch.
Like I said earlier, you just got to stop their momentum in the first inning and come back with your own and just chip away. And we've done a pretty good job of that so far.
You're a prophet.
I mean, I try.
Two balls, no strikes. And a single to right field. It's funny how you get an almost out at first from outfield, and it turns into a double, essentially. So we get a single that turns into a double on an error. Osworth does have a big arm. We weren't able to convert that risk-reward play there. Toffman to the plate. She has walked and flew out, followed by Holland. You just don't want to. I just don't like to see that. Runner at second with no outs.
But with a young team, you'll face your ups and downs, and adversity will certainly come your way. But these girls have played in big situations before.
Oh, great play there by the first baseman. Tough hop, if you happen to notice. Caught that short hop there. Kept the glove down, come up, use both hands. Textbook defense right there. 1 out, but the runner does advance to third. Need a pop-up strikeout here. Anything to the right side is probably going to score a run.
I mean, you wouldn't mind seeing 2 strikeouts right here.
And there's the pop-up, but it's probably deep enough.
This is center field.
Oh, you need to throw it to somebody. Good play there. 2 outs. Runner still at third.
Now you just need one big pitch right here to get you out of the inning.
This is Starr. A little low in the zone. She is 2 for 2. 2 base hits, an RBI. High and away again. 3 balls, no strikes. With 2 outs here, I don't know. You got – what do you do here? Strike on that outside corner, painted.
I think you want to be careful here. If you can get her out, but you don't want to let her beat you right here.
Yikes. That was a good stop by the catcher. I think that's okay here with a walk for the girl that's, she's got the only 2 base hits of Vidalia, believe it or not. You'd think they'd have the way things have gone, but they've had several walks, and she's had the only 2 base hits that I have recorded. And this young lady has reached on an error and grounded out. And that's what we would like to see here, the ground out, that is. Inside for strike.
Going to concede second base right there.
Ball is popped to the pitcher. What a great play. Just that's what we needed.
That a way to get out of a potential big inning right there.
That's exactly right. Leaving two Indians stranded as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. And we will lead off with Andrews, I believe, if I got my calculations correct. We're going to take a quick break and be back in just a moment on the NFHS Network. All right, Lady Raiders have fought and scratched back as Coach K has predicted, prophesied.
It's not a prediction, it's a spoiler.
Andrew is going to lead things off, and she can quickly turn this tie into a lead for the Raiders. Again, Harris on the mound. Pitch and change last inning after we tied it up in the bottom of the fourth. Outside, good pitch, just unable to lay off. I don't know if that was a screwball. That ball kind of kept moving away.
Both of Vidalia's pitchers have shown some pretty good off-speed stuff in today's game.
Another great pitch high in the zone. It's going to strike out Riley. She's upset, naturally. It's going to bring Katie Johnson. Had a great at-bat her last time up. And right back to the pitcher. And she's not able to beat it out. Brings up Button Holton. She had a base hit. RBI her last at bat. Infield hit. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know all the technicalities of the pitch in motion, but I thought the pitcher had to drag their toe a little bit longer than what this gal's doing. Mariah, help me out. Take a look at what she's doing here and tell me if that's anywhere near being illegal. Okay. Maybe the fact that it's coming, her toe's coming behind her versus dragging it more straight forward. Maybe, I don't know. It just didn't look quite right, but obviously it is. It's not being called. So.
It's all right, Brent. You can say you don't know what you're talking about.
Hope you enjoyed tonight, because it might be your last.
Hey.
Folks at home, you already hear us on the golf course. We should commentate that one day and record it. And
if we were to record that, we'd have to sell that for pay-per-view or something.
It's like she's something. Her foot's bouncing a little bit there. I don't know. And look, Coach Gay, he's telling him. I bet you he's telling him what I'm talking about. You thought I didn't know something. I have no idea what they're talking about, but it wouldn't surprise me. I think he's complaining about something now. If it's, I don't know what it is.
Just like the people at home are probably complaining about this broadcast.
Yeah. Thinking, what in the world did he bring somebody else on there with him? He was pretty good already.
No, he's probably like, that new guy surely is enhancing this broadcast. You know what they say, out with the old and in with the new.
She's going to take her base here. We're going to have a runner at first with 2 outs. Santana is going to come to the plate. Hey, I need an apology.
I mean, you were right.
But you're not going to apologize for telling me I didn't know what I was talking about?
There's the first time for everything.
Again, I just didn't look quite right. And we're going to get a courtesy runner. Number 4, Almengalt. And we believe that she reached first on an illegal pitch. Ball 4, sorry. But I'm pretty sure that's what they're looking for now. We might have to. I'm going to say that anyway. We'll find out after the game, and I won't tell y'all about it later either, one way or the other. But Santana, let's see what can happen here with 2 outs. We scored a couple runs last inning. High in the zone. And I will tell you this, if that is an issue, which, again, it probably wasn't, because I imagine the umpire would have called the coach over. They'd have went out to the mound and made a suggestion or something. And because that can definitely mess with a pitcher's psyche if she's trying to think about what something she's done over and over and over again, and then all of a sudden you're told that there's a problem.
Especially if that's her normal motion. It's built into her muscle memory. Yeah,
well, a matter of fact, that's what happened to us last year when we went over to Bleckley County and played in the second round of the state playoffs. Our senior pitcher, her name, I can't think of her doggone name, but we get over there and there's an umpire, and he is a royal now, I tell you. Strikeout Santana. It's going to end the inning 3-3. Let me finish this story. I mean, he automatically just started saying, that's a legal pitch. And she's been doing that all season long. And it fired Coach Gavin. It should have, and that guy took offense, and it was nuts there for the first couple of innings. And finally, I think some of the other umpires kind of got a hold of the other guy and say, listen, there's nothing wrong with that kind of thing. And they worked it out. But yeah, that can definitely be a mental block to a pitcher when you're told you're doing something wrong and you may or may not be. So we'll take another quick break. Be back in a moment. All right, Lady Raiders trying to hang in here against a perennial powerhouse, at least in the last, I don't know, 5 to 8 years, somewhere right in there. There was a 2 or 3 year span where Vidalia played for the state championship, unable to quite get it done. 3-3, top of the 6th. I believe this is
come get that.
Collins at the plate. Another good play there by Hollingsworth.
I think you got to be impressed with the way our freshman pitchers bounced back from the first inning.
You are correct, Coach K. I think she had really settled down. And again, it wasn't her fault. Again, we're talking maybe 1-0 after the first inning. We had a big error, cost us 2 runs.
She's thrown the ball really well and kept her composure and made pitches when she's needed to, and the defense has made plays behind her.
Ball fouled into the wasteland.
Gone forever.
And that's Bennett, grounds out to first base. Brings up Vinson. 2 up, 2 down. 24, Vinson. She is grounded out and lined out. Again, if my records are correct here, there's only been, I'm sorry, there's been 3 base, nope, no, I'm looking at the same one, 2 base hits. We've had 1, 2, only 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. But again, only 2 hits by Starr, the starting pitcher. Good pitch, low and away.
Way to battle back and get back in the count.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This ball is lifted into left field. Could be trouble. And it is. One of those C&I singles. Nothing you can do about it. Just smile and wave and go to the next batter. Which I think is going to be Robinson. She has grounded out her first 2 at-bats. Probably going to see Vidalia push the buttons here. And she's going to try and steal. Good throw gets her. She's out. What a play. What a throw by the catcher. Again, not a cannon, but I said earlier she's accurate, and that makes up for a cannon. What a throw. What a play by the shortstop to put the tag on and to end that inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Lady Raiders. That's going to fire them up, come back out, and maybe get a run. Take another quick break. Be back in just a second. Lady Raiders ended the inning with an exciting play as the catcher threw down to second base to end the inning. Anna K. Hollingsworth is going to lead us off. I'm sorry. What number is that? 7, right? We're back to the top of the lineup. Can't be.
No.
Where are we at? I'm way off. I must have quit keeping. That's Kirkland. No, where are we at? What number is she? Her hair's in the way. That's
3.
number 3, yeah. Yeah, I'm about right. Haley Gann, number 3, first baseman. She walked. I'm sorry, she grounded out and had a sacrifice. Outside corner. Hand followed by Pless, then Hollingsworth. Ball low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Inside corner, good pitch. Got to give her credit. 2 balls, 2 strikes, evens it up. No outs.
I can only imagine what that looks like from the batter's view down there. I know she's thrown that pitch a handful of times, and each time I thought it was going to hit the batter.
There's a base hit. That was the
hit.
same pitch. It was just got a little bit more of the plate. I tell you what, that's a great at bat by that young lady. Again, just a sophomore. See if we can get things going. She's got a little speed. You got to think Bacon County's head coach Gay is going to send her here. What say you, Coach K?
I don't know. It's a situation. It's a case-by-case situation. You believe you have the speed, why not?
Oh, there's a bunt, backspin. I tell you, though, I think she had enough speed. I think that'd have been a perfect bunt to have gotten her to third after the steal, but nonetheless, we have a runner in scoring position with one out.
Well, Brent, that's why you're sitting up here broadcasting the game.
Yeah, that's right.
Got a pinch hitter here.
Number 18, that is Metters. I always like to see the underdog come in, come off the bench, get a base hit.
Everyone loves a good underdog story, unless you're a fan of the team that's playing against them.
That's right. Hey. One ball, two strikes, one out. I keep forgetting the game started about 10 or 15 minutes later than normal. So we're still on schedule for about a 2-hour game. I guess that ball was low in the zone.
That's a good take right there.
Ooh, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball slapped to the right side. And we got another sacrifice. Basically, gets the runner to third. Now it brings Kirkland to the plate unless, looks like she's going to bat for herself.
Big at bat right here. That is a huge run on third base.
Kirkland had a textbook base hit her last at bat. Boy, could we use one now. Could be a game winner. Just a little late on that cut. Big cut, though. Outfield, left field especially, is deep.
There's a lot of space down the lines.
Same pitch, upper right-hand corner of the zone. Probably 2 balls there. Turned into strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Outside, really high and outside for the strikeout. It's going to leave the score tied 3-3 as we head to the last inning, top of the 7th. Now the Raiders got to play a little more defense. Sky, so we can have a chance to take it home in the bottom of the 7th. But we're going to take another break and be back here in just a moment. Top of the 7th inning. Pless still on the mound for the Lady Raiders, has done a fantastic job. I gotta hope that she is still got enough energy to finish this thing off. I believe we're back over the bottom of the lineup. I believe this is Robinson. And she slaps a base hit.
It's going to be a sharp hit to right field.
And I don't think she wants to test her arm, but Hollingsworth stops it from going any further. Robinson remained at the at-bat because of the throw out down to second base by the freshman catcher. Back to the top of the lineup, 14 Humphrey. Well, Sky, we got another hurricane forming out in the just south of Cuba. Moving rather quickly. They said it could make landfall by end of the weekend, first of the week.
Yeah, it seems like, and she's going to be safe on that throw. But yeah, it seems like we've had rain nearly every day the past, week, 2 weeks? I mean, I don't know at this point.
They're predicting this one's going to run up west of Louisiana up to the Texas area, but potentially could be a powerful storm. Got a timeout here on the field. A couple announcements. I mentioned earlier that our Red Raiders football team will be traveling tomorrow night. We will be broadcasting live from Ludowici, Long County High School, from Ludowici, Georgia, tomorrow evening. If you cannot make the trip, we do encourage you to come out and support. Just like tonight, I like to see fans here in the stands, but there's some folks that it's easier for you to watch from home. We do appreciate our subscribers. I have a bunch of old faithful, not old, but old faithful customers that like to stay at home and watch games. Shout out to Ray and Sheila Taylor if they're home watching the ball game tonight. If he didn't watch it live, Ray will watch it on demand. Thank them for being a part of it.
They got to be loyal if they can deal with hearing you all the time.
guy's got jokes, folks. All right, here we go again. No balls, one strike. Just a bit outside. Runner at second after the steal.
Every pitch right here is a big pitch. You don't want to get too far behind.
Great. Looks her back
We'll make that
to
throw.
first. Get the – oh, yeah, hold that ball. Hold that ball. Get the sure out. That'll be a sacrifice for that young lady. One out, runner at third. That is not exactly what we were looking for. But Tuffman comes to the plate. She has a walk, a fly out, and a pop out. That's what we need here, a strikeout or a pop out. Ground ball gives the opportunity for the runner to score.
Chloe's made big pitches seemingly all game. You definitely hope she's got a few more in the tank right here.
There's strike one, low in the zone. Ball is popped into center field. Oh, it's trouble. Santana misplayed it. Runner's going to score from third.
Those are heartbreakers.
Yeah,
right
anytime you see a center outfielder take the first step forward, you typically have an opportunity to be in trouble. The ball jumped off her bat. It really did. And that's unfortunate at this point in the game here in the top of the seventh. And especially this is, the first run they've scored since the first. And makes it 4-3. Looks like we're going to get a pitching change. Number 16, Bowles, is going to enter the game.
You got to give it up for Chloe, though. She pitched a great game.
She definitely pitched well enough to win.
No doubt.
Just had one too many errors. Cost us 3 runs. Three unearned runs is what I've got. We have they've allowed 1 earned run. So all said and done, and again, it's if woulda, coulda, shoulda, all this stuff. Probably 2-1 Raiders at this moment. And we're out of here with a region victory, but that's part of the game. But as she's warming up, we're going to take another quick break and be back in just a moment. All right, here we go. New pitcher Bowles on the mound. This ball's popped up. Oh, let it stay in play, and I don't think it's going to. That's what we need is a pop-up, strikeout. Four to three. Top of the seventh. Good pitch, off speed, inside corner. And this is the young lady that came in to pitch, Harris. Good-looking athlete. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Just trying to stop the bleeding here. We can't afford to give up any more runs here. Give our offense a chance to see where we're at. We're at the we're back to the top of our lineup. No, excuse me. We're back to the top of our lineup.
You definitely want to hold them where they are. Runs have been at a premium this game for both sides.
Yeah, as we were, talking between innings, they score 3 in the first and 1 in the 7th. Ball's popped up. Almost out of play. That would count right there. You play it off the wall. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Another ball out of play in La La Land.
Got a battle going on right now.
Unfortunately, usually when this happens, it's an advantage to the hitter when they stay in it.
It's always good for the hitter. The more pitches you can make the pitcher throw, the more pitches you see, and you start to develop definitely a good timing, and you get used to the way their ball moves and spins.
Evens the count at 2-2. 4 to 3. Sun just went down behind the school. Big swing and a miss. What a great pitch by Bowles. Coming in, getting a strikeout. Man, that's all you can ask for, Coach.
Yeah, anytime you bring a reliever in, you just want them to get in there and throw strikes and get you out of the inning.
It's going to bring Star to the plate, and she's been a star tonight. Took a couple hits. Pitched pretty well. Big cut. That ball was off speed. 1-1. Just a bit outside. Wow. That was dangerously close, and that ball bouncing around too far and allow that runner to score.
Yeah, pitcher almost forgot to cover home plate right there. That would have been
disastrous. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. And ball is hit to the shortstop. She gathers it up, makes a great throw across the diamond. Very confident play there by the defensive unit to end the inning.
Good job getting out of that inning. Now we just need the bats to come around.
Enough said. We're going to take a quick break and be back in just a moment. Bottom of the second. It's exciting, Raider Nation. First game broadcast this season for the Lady Raiders. 2-0 in region play, 5-2 overall. Got a chance back at the top of the lineup with Ava Connor, Riley Andrews, and Katie Johnson. Sort of in that twilight phase here in the afternoon where the sun's down but the lights aren't really working just right. Sometimes makes it difficult for the batter and the defensive players to see. Ball outside. Way to lay off that pitch because we've had a couple girls going after that one.
That pitch has been trouble the entire game, whether it's caught the corner or we swung at it. It's a tough pitch to really do any damage with.
This ball is lifted. Let's let it get out of play. Get out of play. Yes. Ooh, boy.
Got a collision on the bricks down there.
Looks like they're okay, thank goodness, because, yeah, she was hesitant. She probably could have made the play if she wasn't quite as concerned about the fence. But when she pulled up, the catcher kind of barreled into her. But nobody's hurt there, and there was not an out. Two good things there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, though, to Connor. Ball was popped up. That's going to be the first out of the inning. And it's going to bring Riley Andrews, and she can, again, I've talked it up. She can tie it up with one swing. I'm not predicting a home run up here. I hadn't mentioned it to you just yet, and those in the booth. Over the years, I've actually caught a few home runs. Just my gut feeling, and they've actually happened. It's been pretty cool, not going to lie.
Well, I'm sure that makes you feel really good about yourself.
Yeah, it does. It does. I'm not feeling it right now. I hope she proves me wrong.
Of course, I mean, you're not the GOAT for no reason. This is Brent Johnson, Bacon County High School's GOAT teacher this week.
You know what? I should have put a slate up for everybody to see that on the broadcast. Strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. I appreciate that shout out for me.
Yeah.
Now what he's talking about is it's more of a teacher spotlight, I would call it. I wasn't picked by the student body or necessarily a straw poll, but they did recognize me this week, and that's going to be 2 up, 2 down. Oh, I'm sorry. That's only 2 strikes.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. But I appreciate being, honored, I guess is what you would call recognized, maybe not honored, but recognized. Maybe you'll have that opportunity one day this year, 1 week.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, of course, in your situation, it's probably more of that's a foul ball down the right field line. Of course, in your situation, it's probably more of a career achievement, being that you've done this for like 78 years now or something like that.
Hey. That's why I brought him on, folks. He's the color commentator. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. This ball's get down, and it is.
It's going to be a base hit in left field.
Base hit by Riley. And the senior has an opportunity here to come up big. She already has a base hit and RBI. Boy, how fitting would it be for her to – I tell you what, those cars are out there are pretty I wouldn't park there.
Yeah, that's a dangerous spot unless you've got.
I don't. We don't have a ton of power through our lineup, but Johnson could bury one in a windshield.
Yeah, and windshields are not cheap these days.
And that was a cut for it. Ooh wee. And I always tell this story at least once during a home broadcast. I'll never forget. Oh, shoot. I'm horrible with names. Taylor. Madison Taylor. Never forget her hitting a home run and burying a ball in her windshield of her own car in left field. Another big cut. Ugh. I'll settle for a base hit. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
At this point in the game, you're just looking for ways to get on base by any means.
And this could be trouble.
And that's going to get down.
Still 1 out, 2 on. C&I single. Brings Button Holton. Button has a base hit and RBI as well with a walk and a strikeout. I'd like to see her bust one down the right field line. High and tight. Ball is hit to the right side. Could it be trouble? Oh, what a play.
Going to be a good play.
And we got a tag. I tell you what, heads-up play there by Riley at second base, tagging up. Man, I tell you what, that would have been, if we could have just had a little more luck there for it to fall. We'd have had 3 on with 1 out. So we're down to 2 outs, runners at first and third. And let's see who we got up here. I don't call that a sacrifice.
I think we're going to have Santana.
Santana. And she bunted for a hit, her last at bat. You got to think probably not a bunt here. Who knows, though? Squeeze ties it up.
Anything's possible.
But she does have sneaky power as well. Sort of that line drive power to the gap. So we're looking for a potential to have some free softball here. Or, again, just rally with 2 outs. Put this thing away.
If this thing goes on much longer, it'll be past Brent's bedtime.
That is a fact. Won't argue with that. Santana Green, Jr. And she's looking for a little redemption. She knows that she probably made a mistake out there in center field. How fitting would it be for her to drive one of these runs in? Ball low in the zone. And again, they do have a base available. And that would bring Haley Hand, but she had a base hit her last at bat off this pitch.